Let's fucking go. It's ChatGPT this, ChatGPT that. I'm sick of hearing about it. Let's see if ChatGPT can cook the books. I'm going up against ChatGPT Week 1 NFL 2025. Gonna compare the picks. I already made my picks last week, and I'm not changing them. Go ahead, hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you want to argue about. I'm going in. First things first, I'm gonna type into ChatGPT, create a short 1-minute script with high audience retention for the Week 1 Eagles vs. Cowboys game 2025. Use updated trends and stats and give me your final pick for the game. Easy enough. Here we go. NFL fans, buckle up. Thursday, September 4th, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles host their divisional arch rivals, the Dallas Cowboys, in an explosive season opener at the Link. The Eagles virtually return intact Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Saquon Barkley, that's the whole crew, and a dominant offensive line, all back to fuel a record-setting offense projected to be one of the league's scariest. Dallas offense also gets a boost. Dak Prescott's returns healthy, and George Pickens joining CeeDee Lamb. But the big question remains, will star pass rusher Micah Parsons suit up? Cowboys coaches are optimistic, but his holdout drama continues. Odds are clear. Eagles are 7-point favorites with the sportsbooks and models lining up behind Philadelphia. Stats Insider Sim sees a 26-19 Eagles victory. ESPN's FPI gives Philly a 66% win probability. Can Dallas cover the spread? Sure, if Parsons plays, they've got a chance. But with Philly's championship momentum and home field advantage, it's hard to bet against the juggernaut. ChatGPT's final pick is going to be Eagles win and cover. Expect a 27-20 Philly victory as they kick off the season in style. I'm pretty sure I also picked Eagles to win this game, but I do believe Dallas covers the spread. I do think it's a nail biter. I do think they're gonna keep you on the edge of your seats. So for that reason, I'm taking Dallas +7. But yes, Eagles money. Moving on. Let's see. That was perfect. Now do one for the Chiefs vs. Chargers, Week 1, 2025. All right, this game is Friday, September 5th, 2025. The Kansas City Chiefs and Los Angeles Chargers face off in Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is no ordinary Week 1 game. It is the international season debut. Kansas City enters as a 2.5 favorite, owing to Patrick Mahomes' elite trio himself, Travis Kelce, and Rashee Rice, still intact and hungry after a 15-win season and a deep playoff run. But the Chargers aren't pushovers. Under Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert had a career season with 3,870 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. It's pretty good. Ranking among the league's most efficient. The rivalry is fierce. The Chiefs currently boast a 7-game win streak in the series, but Chargers are 5-0 against the spread in recent games with a solid road cover. Chargers are 7-2 against the spread on the road, and their games often go over the total, which is interesting because I took the under in this game. Opening odds, the Chiefs -2.5, money line around 170. Simulations and stats insider favor the Chiefs, predicting a 24-21 or 23-21 victory. Can Chargers cover the spread? Herbert's efficiency and Harbaugh's game plan, absolutely plausible. But the Kansas City postseason grit and elite weapons probably going to tip the scale. ChatGPT's final pick is Chiefs by a field goal. Expect a nail-biter, 24-21 to kick off the season. That's exactly what I predicted as well. I do believe it's a 23-21 game, but I do believe it's an under, and I do believe the Chiefs also win by a field goal. ChatGPT sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Moving along. We're going to keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. Now do one for the Cardinals vs. Saints game, Week 1, 2025. Interesting. Here we go. Sunday, September 7th. Starting off with the 1 o'clock slate. We got Cardinals vs. the Saints at the Superdome in New Orleans. A rare showdown full of intrigue and fresh dynamics. Let's see here. Arizona defense just got a serious glow up. Josh Sweat, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Calais Campbell, and rookie Walter Nolan. Yeah, absolutely. Anchoring the line. Jonathan Gannon's crew is flying high and aiming to stifle New Orleans from day one. They're having quarterback problems. Meanwhile, the Saints head into Week 1 with uncertainty at quarterback, Tyler Show or Spencer Rattler. Until one clearly rises, the offense will have to find its rhythm fast. I do believe it's going to be Spencer Rattler just for experience purposes. Odds-wise, the Cardinals open up at a 4.5 road favorites. Rare feat for them. The first time since 2016. They're starting off on the right foot as favorites. Analytics back it up too. Stat Insider gives Arizona a 70 to 72% chance win probability, simulating a 23-18 Cardinals victory. Look, Cardinals new D versus Saints, unsettled QB, all at home. Add in New Orleans being a shell of last year's team under new coach Kellen Moore, and momentum swinging in Arizona's favor. ChatGPT's final pick for this game is Cardinals win and cover the -6. Expect a gritty 23-18 Arizona victory to jumpstart the season. I do believe this is correct as well. I think I took the Saints +6 just for ratings purposes, but of course Cardinals money line in this situation. You sound like you know what you're talking about. Let's keep it rolling, ChatGPT. Next game, give me a version for the Panthers versus the Jaguars game, Week 1, 2025. Football fans, fire it up. Sunday, September 7, 2025, Carolina Panthers traveled to Everbank Stadium to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars in a pivotal season opener. Carolina's offense pulse beats through Bryce Young, who closed 2024 strong and returns with momentum, plus fresh playmaking abilities from rookies Tetro McMillan and draft pickup Trevor Etienne. Now remember, he's playing his brother Travis Etienne on the other side in the backfield. But Jacksonville brings its own fireworks. Liam Cohen takes the helm, and the Jaguar offense is loaded, headlined by dual threat stud Travis Hunter in a revamped scheme designed for big gains. Early betting lines tip Jaguars as 3-point home favorites, with the over-under hovering at roughly 46.5 points. That said, simulation mode paints a wholly contested finish. Stats Insider projects a 23-21 Jaguars win, while Dimer's model gives Jacksonville a 58% win probability at Carolina's 42%. Carolina's offense aims to punch through the Jags' defense, revamped under new leadership. Meanwhile, Jacksonville leans on a potent run game. Last season, they ranked near the league's top for yards per carry. That's interesting. I didn't know that. My pick, this is ChatGPT's final pick for this game, okay? It's interesting. Panthers cover and steal a close one. Expect a gritty 23-20 Carolina victory to start the season with a statement. I love this by ChatGPT because I also did choose the Panthers as an underdog to take the money for the victory. Very interesting to me. So we're both rocking with Carolina in this matchup, even though Jacksonville's favored. Moving on. See? Wow, great minds think alike. Now do one for the Bengals versus Browns game, Week 1, 2025. Let's keep the momentum going. Here we go, friends. Here we go. Lock in with me. Lock in. We're cooking. Ohio fans, September 7, 2025, the every fiery battle of Ohio kicks off. The Cincinnati Bengals invade Huntington Bank Field to take on the Cleveland Browns in a divisional opener with all kinds of stakes. Cincinnati enters as a one touchdown favorite, -5.5, and why not? Joe Burrow just dropped 4,918 yards with 43 touchdowns last year. Lord mercy. Back with elite wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins intact. Meanwhile, Cleveland 40-year-old Joe Flacco is back under center, bringing veteran poise and proven MVP resume. He edged out the rookies in camp and earned a Week 1 nod. Bengals opened at 5.5, money line right at -240, and the point total still sits in the low mid-40s. Sportsline model absolutely leans Bengals to cover this, and given their offensive firepower, that's no surprise to anyone. Here's the twist: divisional home underdogs covering early in the season since 2005 sit at 65%, and the Bengals, they've struggled Week 1 in road openers recently. That's very true. It's a classic clash. Burrow lethal offense versus Flacco's veteran savvy and Cleveland's home crowd. My call, Bengals edge it, but expect a tight one. ChatGPT's pick is Bengals to win and cover, with the score 27-23 Bengals. I do expect this as well. I don't think Flacco is going to be able to keep up with the Cincinnati offense in this matchup. They're saying it's going to be 27-23. I can ride with that. Moving on. That one was easy. We got a lot of games left. Next game, Patriots versus Raiders, Week 1, 2025. Let's go. NFL fans, mark your calendars. September 7th, 2025, it's Raiders versus Patriots in Foxborough. Mike Vrabel's Patriots debut at home versus Pete Carroll's new-look Raiders. This opener is loaded with storylines. New England rolls in as 3-point home favorites, with rookie quarterback Drake May showing flashes and offense boosted by the season's additions of Stephon Diggs. Coach Vrabel brings in renewed optimism after back-to-back 4-13 seasons. Not very optimistic. On the other sideline, the Raiders are under Pete Carroll with Geno Smith at quarterback. Offensive sparks like Ashton Genty and a front office reset under GM John Spytek. Pats are listed at -3, total set at 42.5. And word from the sharp money, models see Raiders at +3 as sneaky value. Me too. With Carroll historically at 60% against the spread as the underdog, including a 24, 16, and 3 at +3 or shorter. Damn, that's pretty good. New England's defense turns heads to cornerback Carlton Davis is trending healthy just in time to shore things up in the secondary. On paper, the Patriots have sharper pieces and the home field advantage, but Pete Carroll has a history of pulling off week 1 upsets as an underdog. ChatGPT's pick, the same exact thing as me. They said Pats will win, but Raiders will cover. Great minds think alike. They're saying it's going to be 24-21 Patriots. I absolutely agree with this. I think Patriots have a last 2-minute drive with a field goal to end this game just for the home field advantage. Drake may sell some tickets in for ratings. Moving along. All right, we got the picks in the pan. We're officially cooking. The next game is the Colts and the Dolphins 2025 Week 1. Let's get it. Let's rev up your engines. September 7th, the Colts are welcoming the Dolphins for a pivotal opener in Indianapolis. A tight line, QB drama, and plenty on the line. So the Colts enter as a 1.5 home favorites with the betting line holding steady even after the quarterback debate Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones and an improved depth and defense giving them confidence. But Miami bringing heat too. Tua is expected to suit up actually and is in connections with his weapons like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Gives them the explosive upside even on the road. Lineup recap, Colts -1.5, Dolphins a slight +110 underdog with the over-under trending between 47 and 47.5. It's razor thin setup. This is a nail-biter. Stats Insider gives both teams nearly a 50% chance to cover, highlighting how balanced expectations are. Let's see here. Even fans weigh in. Some expect Dolphins to edge it out 23-20, saying their aerial attack could just be too much. That's what I'm thinking in this matchup, honestly. ChatGPT, this is where we disagree. They're saying Colts are going to win, but Dolphins cover with a score of 24-21 Colts. I'm going with Dolphins in this matchup just because I do think Tua is better than Daniel Jones. I think McDaniels is better than Steichen, and I do believe in Tyreek and Waddle more than I believe in Pittman and Downs. I like Adonai Mitchell. I just think it's going to be too much offense for the Colts and the mistakes they're going to make. Moving on. We're getting warmed up. They feel the heat. Next game, Commanders versus Giants, Week 1. Commanders host the Giants in a massive NFC East kickoff. Washington comes in red hot after a deep playoff run, but their home opener sets the tone. Commanders roll in as 6.5-point home favorites, and with Jaden Daniels returning and 2024 Offensive Rookie of the Year, plus weapons like Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel anchoring a high-powered offense, they are a prime threat early. Let's see here. The Giants, under DeBall, have improved their roster depth. Malik Neighbors, now a Pro Bowl rookie wide receiver. Rising talents like Abdul Carter on defense bring some spark to Gotham. And roster improvements with the Neighbors hype. I love him. Let's see here. Washington is solid 6.5-point favorites, over under 46-45. Model strongly backs the Commanders to cover. Meanwhile, the analytics simulations show Washington with a 72% win probability. Projected final score, Commanders 26, Giants 20. Commanders dominate. I do believe this is probably what happens as well. I do believe this is an under 45, 46-point game. So I agree with what ChatGPT is saying here. Moving along. All right, we got them tuned in. We got the Jets. Yeah, let's do one for the Jets versus Steelers game, Week 1, 2025. Gridiron fans, fire it up. The Jets are hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers in a showdown in headlines history and a chance for early statements. The Jets enter with new leadership, head coach Aaron Glenn and the QB Justin Fields looking to snap a decade-long playoff drought. Lord of mercy. Still, preseason jitters remain. Fields in the passing attack stumbled in camp, sparking doubts they'll ever be ready to wire up Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh counters the veteran star quarterback Aaron Rodgers in what could be his final season, aiming for redemption after a bumpy Jets exit. Rodgers is bonding with new weapons DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, and Jalen Ramsey, and while Coach Tomlin keeps pressing for rhythm and heading into the opener. Odds are razor thin. Steelers opening up as a 3-point road favorites with the lowest total of the week, around 38.5. Let's see here. Sidelined by fans and odds makers alike, Jets' projected win total sits near 5.5, with the under heavily favored, while the Steelers are expected to top them with an 8.5 win line and a deeper playoff hope. This is Pittsburgh's chance. Aaron Rodgers motivated and surrounded by elite weapons. Jets still finding offense under new direction. ChatGPT's agrees with me. Steelers will win this game. It is saying Jets will cover. ChatGPT's prediction is 20-17 Steelers. I do think Steelers win this game as well. We're on fire. Next game is Falcons and Bucks. Let's see. T-shirt cannons are ready. The Falcons host the Bucks in an NFC showdown with revenge and momentum on the line. Atlanta opens up at a 1.5-point home dog, despite sweeping the Bucks last year in a dramatic fashion, including an overtime thriller in Atlanta. But they've taken a blow with injuries to their offensive line. Caleb McCary leaves off practice, carted off, and Storm Norton is out 6 weeks post-surgery. Baker Mayfield, fresh off a career best 4,500-yard, 41-touchdown campaign. Back to lead their top-tier weapons like Mike Evans, untouchable, with 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons. It's pretty good. DraftKings lists the Bucks early as a 2.5-point favorite, while broader odds sit around -1.5, with the total nearing 48.5 points. Remember, the Falcons swept Tampa last year, and the Bucks couldn't hold a late lead in 2 tight games, and Atlanta's offensive line injuries could tip the balance. It's Falcons' pride versus Bucks' explosiveness. Atlanta wants payback, but can they protect their quarterback? ChatGPT is smart. It's taken Falcons upset and the cover with a 27-24 Falcon win. I do think this is true. Bucks tackle went down. Atlanta got 2 new defensive ends. I do think this makes a difference in this game. I don't know if it's as high as scoring as people think, but I will take Atlanta for the upset as well in this matchup. Moving along, we're straight cooking. Let's go ahead and do the Seahawks versus 49ers game. NFC fans, brace yourself. September 7, 2025. It's a Seahawks versus 49ers classic, a rivalry that kicks off the season at Lumen Field. Seattle opens as a 2.5-point home underdog despite offseason losses of Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf. But here's new life. Sam Darnold steps in as quarterback, and Cooper Kupp ignites the passing game. Plus, rising linebacker Tyrese Knight shoulders more responsibility in Mike McDonald's defense. The 49ers bring elite pedigree, but there's a storm brewing. A vital offensive guard, Dominic Puni, is out with a knee injury. Leading receiver Brandon Ayuk isn't ready for Week 1. And wide receiver depth remains thin with suspensions and lingering injuries. Vegas leans Niners at -2.5 with the total 45 points, suggested a defensive slugfest. I do like the under in this game. Stats Insider predicts a tight 49ers win 23-21. I think that's about right. The rivalry runs deep. Seattle still leads the all-time series, but San Francisco is riding a 6-week game streak until Seattle snapped it late in the season. This opener is loaded with emotional edge, with the 49ers dealing with lineup whiplash and the Seahawks thriving on a new energy in home field. This is a toss-up. Me and ChatGPT do disagree right here. ChatGPT is taking Seattle for the upset and cover. I am taking the 49ers. Last time I checked, Christian McCaffrey is back and healthy. Quarterback for the 49ers just got an extension. They still got Juwan Jennings, Trent Williams, the coach. Sorry, my heart is there. I have to pick 49ers in this matchup. We disagree. It's good to disagree sometimes. We're still in the kitchen. Next game is going to be the Broncos versus Titans, Week 1, 2025. AFC South fans, get ready. September 7th, the Broncos host the Tennessee Titans in a season opener. It's David versus Goliath, with momentum, expectations, and legacy on the line. Denver enters as a massive 7-point home favorite, a spread that aligns with their dominant form from last season and home strength. Fast-rising QB Bo Nix is back behind center after a breakout rookie year, while Brandon Jones teams up with Taloa Hufanga to form a lockdown secondary, holding deep communication with ball-hawking ability. Their defense foundation is looking stronger than ever. Wow, that just got me hyped reading that. Tennessee, on the other hand, is a rebuilding squad. First overall pick Cam Ward makes his pro debut. In 2024, QB Will Levis is sidelined with a season-ending shoulder injury. The defense gets a big boost with the Jarius Sneed returning from PUP, but the offense still feels like it's under construction. Odds maker all in on Denver, -7.5 spread. Total points 41.5, and simulations are giving the Broncos a 78% chance to win this game. Even the sharpest analysts say that the stats might be too steep, but they simply see too much of a gap right now. With the elite defense and maturing QB and the home field advantage, Denver looks locked in, especially in preseason. And Tennessee might fight, but this feels like a statement opener for the Broncos. I agree with ChatGPT here. Broncos win big with the score 28-17. Stadium erupts. I do agree with ChatGPT here. I just don't think Cam Ward is ready for the #1 defense in the NFL. Lord mercy, that didn't help him out at all there. All right, we got a couple more games left. The Lions versus the Packers, Week 1, 2025. NFC North fans, this one matters. We got the Lions kick off at Green Bay to battle their oldest rivals, the Packers. The locker rooms are buzzing. The Lions lead the division, entering as slight favorites, with the analysts projecting approximately a 15-2 season again. Strong back-to-back division wins. They're built to retain control, dynamic offensive, deeper defense, and key returns like Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams fully healthy. Meanwhile, the Packers are quietly dangerous, smooth under Matt LaFleur with Jordan Love back and surrounded with his best supporting cast yet. Stability, youth, efficiency are the story in Green Bay. New wide receivers, too. The betting line is razor thin. Lions opened up at 1.5 on the road with a 49.5 point line total. Stats Insider model splits the coverage odds. Both teams sit at about 50% to cover the spread. This rivalry is historic. The Lions sneak out a win and cover. I do agree with this play. I do think healthy offensive line, healthy Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, let's be real. I'm really not a Jordan Love fan. I don't see them really being able to keep up with the Lions in this matchup. Next game, almost finished. We're still cooking. Like the Rams versus the Titans, Week 1, 2025. Let's see here. We go into LA. They're hosting the Texans. Houston's offense is buzzing, led by C.J. Stroud, whose training camp connections with receivers has fans optimistic. With Pro Bowl backfield returning, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, and the rookie Woody Marks on the Texas ground game could be a powerful weapon with a revamped O-line. Lay has got intrigue too. Stafford is backed in practice after injury, but there's question marks about how game ready he is behind a banged up O-line. Odds are in favor of the Rams, 2.5 at home. Total hovering around 44.5 points. Models see this as one of the toughest Week 1 matchups to each game charged with roughly a 50% chance to cover. Let's see here. One red flag for Houston in this matchup is that their road underdog losing streak versus NFC teams is at 19 games. That is absolutely insane. I'll say it again. Their road underdog losing streak versus NFC teams is at 19 games, okay? So here's the canvas. Texans with a dual threat backfield and a quarterback. Rams with a veteran leadership, deep weapons, and critical health concerns. This one's demand grit. I agree with what ChatGPT says here. I'm taking the Rams to win. It says 27-24 Rams. I'm going to have to agree with the matchup. I don't think that the Texans' offensive line is going to be able to keep up with the Rams' defensive line. Fisk and Verse are just going to go insane in this matchup. Moving on. Next game is absolutely huge. We got the Bills versus the Ravens, Week 1, 2025. Sunday night football, it gets electric. The Buffalo heads to Baltimore for a fierce rematch of last year's playoff classic, Bills versus Ravens. Buffalo enters as a slight 1.5 home favorite, riding the momentum of 13-4 finish in Josh Allen's MVP caliber play. The everybody eats offense spreads the wealth. 13 different players scored touchdowns in 2024, but be warned, injuries have piled up. Key cornerbacks include Tre'Davious White or sideline, and the team still lacks clarity along a strong safety. Baltimore, bringing star power in the spades, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, form a bruising dual-threat offense, regularly demanding defenses to play the line closely. Finished 12-5 in 2024, showcasing their balanced dominance on both sides of the ball. Sunday's over-under is a high 51.5 points, settling expectations for a shootout. The market leads Buffalo 1.5, but Ravens aren't just sitting back. Jackson is 12-2 against the spread as an underdog, and Baltimore fans know how to keep it competitive at home. Analytics favor the Bills, covering 52% of the time. It is razor thin. Remember the playoff battle last winter? Buffalo pulled it through 27-25. Tonight might even be tighter. It's a war. The Week 1 slates never looked bigger. I do agree with ChatGPT here. I think it's a super super close game, like I said. Me and ChatGPT agree about a lot of things. I think this is an MVP type game from Josh Allen. He comes through in the last 2 minutes, essentially doing what he did in the playoffs. I think a lot of people are going to be betting on the Ravens here, but I do think Josh Allen pulls through. Last game of the slate, my friends. We got the Vikings versus the Bears. We're still cooking. I hope you're still locked in. Go ahead, drop a comment, drop a like on me. Let me know what you think so far. Chi-Town's not just rebuilding, they're reshaping. With Ben Johnson taking the helm and rookie quarterback Caleb Williams energized behind a revamped offensive line, the Bears are projecting a major offensive upgrade. The odds maker gives the opener to the home team. Bears favored by -1.5 with the total in the mid-40s despite being the underdogs. That's insider forecast. A close Vikings win, 23-20. Minnesota owns the recent series, going 8-2 versus Chicago in the last 5 years. This rivalry spans decades, with the Vikings leading all time in the series, 68-58-2. The Vikings bringing experience and momentum. The Bears have opportune energy and a fresh coach. Primetime heat, classic rivalry, and the perfect opener. ChatGPT's final pick is going to be Vikings edge it out with a score 24-21. I love that we disagreed on the last game. The line has changed into Vikings' favor as time went on, but I do know that Addison will be out in this game. Do not sleep on Ben Johnson's game plan, and I do not trust McCarthy fully yet. As far as rating purposes and selling jerseys, I'm rocking with the Bears in this matchup, the contrarian play against the public. So that's the week 1 slate of the Chef versus ChatGPT. Go ahead, hit the like, comment down below. Let me know what you disagree with. I do want to argue with you. I'll see you on the other side.